What else? Hate is louder than anything in the world, says Justin Lemansky. The group of people who don't like Tua will always have something to say about him. Chris Jordan, never seen a fan base, Big O, with so much hate for the kid who wins games. I don't get it. No, neither do I. Most of us don't. Great young man, hell of a passer. God, he's a great passer. And, block for the kid and special shit is going to happen. Like most great passers, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, same shit. Block for the kid. He's not there to run the ball for you. Just like Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. Same shit. He's going to line up back there and he'll get the open guy. One of the things that this year you're going to see Tua's best year ever. This year will be Tua's best year ever. Why? The simple pass is back. Okay? And I'm watching it in camp. I've been telling you now for several weeks. Jonnu Smith, I know it's hard to believe because for 2 years, Mike McDaniel has proven to you that he doesn't want to throw to the tight end. That's changed. I know they gave Gesicki $10 million and they didn't use him. This is different. They have him featured everywhere. Okay? He's doing everything. He will be featured. And Julian Hill has grown up from last year. He's really comfortable. He's going to help out. Those are higher percentage passes for Tua. They're going to be used for screens. They're going to be used for slants. They're going to be used for short plays. They're not going to be used all the time for downfield, which is the reason why Tua plays in the most difficult offense because it's usually a lot of downfield stuff. Now you're going to have the tight ends working the lower half of the field. You're going to have the number three wide receiver, whether it's a Craycraft, whether it's Waddle or Tyreek playing inside the slot because OBJ is playing outside, whether it's Malik Washington or Craycraft, or the running backs coming out of the backfield and catching screens and catching slants and all kinds of stuff. The easy pass is finally installed in the Dolphins offense. And because of that, Tua will now have the most efficient and the greatest season he's ever had because he has been playing under the hardest offense to play because it takes more deep shots and it's constantly, trying to thread the needle to 2 or 3 defenders. Okay, that's going to change. Now you're going to have people open underneath and a lot of it. And then that will give you the balance that you need over the top and in the bottom. And that will make it harder for safeties to play the game. That'll make it harder for linebackers to play for the game. When you were preparing for the Dolphins, were you preparing for the tight end? Hells to the no. The tight end was never a factor. You won't have to worry about the tight end. Now you're going to have to. You're going to have to worry about the tight end as a running back. You're going to have to worry about the tight end as a catcher in the screen department or out in the open field. The running backs, same thing. Screens coming out of the backfield, crossers, all that kind of stuff. Third receiver, Malik Washington, will grow into this offense. And Craycraft can run every route on every position here, and he can be used all over the place. And then you can add Azukama and other things. But the easy pass is back in the offense. Well, I'm sorry, it's in the offense for the first time. And I remember Tom Brady killing you with the dink and dunks. I remember Joe Montana killing you with the dink and dunks. I see Pat Mahomes killing you with dink and dunks. So everybody uses it. Everybody has the tight end. Everybody throws to running backs. Now you're going to see more of that here with the Miami Dolphins. And that will lead to Tua having his greatest and most efficient season ever. Because Mike McDaniel has made the offense a little easier to run. That's what I can tell you, folks. That's what I can tell you. I can also tell you that we love talking about Toyota of Hollywood. They are open till midnight every single night. Love talking about Toyota of Hollywood. I should know I have a Camry. My daughter has a Corolla. I've had 2 Camrys in my life and a Corolla. My wife has had a Camry in the past. So, Toyota has been an impactful car in our lives. And like I say all the time, they've got over 2,000 Toyotas in stock. So you've got a large selection, over 1,200 new ones. They've got no payments for 90 days. They've got 2.75% financing available for 4 full years. 0 down, folks. Take advantage. Right now, you can buy any new Toyota and get up to over $2,000 Kelly Blue Book value for your trade. Get on down there, 1841 North State Road 7. It's on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Tell them that Big O sent you. The service is second to none. They're going to take care of you, and you're going to love it at Toyota of Hollywood. All right. Let's see. What did you send me there, Pat? On Tua's TD pass, the tight ends, we're back wide open too, sending you a pick. Yeah. I see what you're saying now. Okay. Tua drops back. Yes. Yeah, this is all going to change because you have to worry so much about Waddle and Tyreek. The Jonnu Smith, I'm telling you, for you fantasy geeks out there, Jonnu Smith will be a top 5 tight end. Top 5 tight end. It'll be used a lot in the offense. Trust me on this. Trust me, man. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. All right, what else do we have that I wanted to talk about also? Oh, yes. It's not a funny story, but something that people were wondering about and talking about it. And I want to kind of enlighten people. This is not really like a super important Dolphin story, but I want to warn you ahead of time about stuff like this. You saw that there was a young man, I forgot his name now, that was outside every day up until last week, outside of training camp and wanting to get a tryout. Remember that? Right? So never got the tryout, never got the opportunity. And let me explain why that doesn't work. And I know because I got fans, he's, well, why don't you just give the kid a chance and this thing because you're not necessarily happy with your guy or whatever. But here's my problem with all of this that people have to understand. Okay. There's a way of going about all of this. And there are agents, and you hire agents, and you have workouts, you have tryouts. The agents get you workouts, tryouts. They get you workouts and tryouts with different leagues. Okay. Because sometimes you're not good enough for the NFL, but you could be good enough for the CFL or the XFL or the UFL or whatever freaking pro leagues that they have out there. So they get you tryouts the legal way. Okay. They put together your stats, tape, this, that. The agent reaches out, talks to the general manager and the position coach and all that, and they try to get you a workout. Okay. Or you get drafted, or you go through the draft process, or all of those things. But sitting outside a facility, see, here's the problem with that. That opens up a can of worms. If you do that with one guy, then the next guy comes, the next guy comes. And before you know it, you've got 15 people hanging out because, hey, the Dolphins are known for going out on the street. And that's why the Ravens or the Dolphins or the Steelers or the Rams or the whoever is not going to go out to the street. And just because some guy's picketing out there, hey, pick me, give me a shot. It's not going to happen because they're not going to open up that can of worms. So for those of you out there that kept thinking about it, or why don't they at least give him a chance? There's a reason why. You just can't allow that, because it will become a cancer. It will become a running joke. And then what are you supposed to do? Every time somebody sits out there, you're going to get, no, dude, you go through the proper channels. If you have the stats, if you're good enough, you'll get representation, because agents will see your talent and they'll say, I can make money off that guy. So you don't have an agent? Why? No agent feels you're good enough? Well, then go try out in the, it's like watching this loser Colin Kaepernick, and there's no bigger freaking loser in the world than Colin Kaepernick. And he was talking to the BBC or something, and it was like, well, no, all I need is a chance. And he's still talking about that. And dude, you're a loser. You never really wanted to sacrifice, because if you did, you would have gone to the CFL. And you would have embarrassed everybody in the CFL and kicked ass. And then you would have embarrassed the NFL, because somebody would then have to bring you back. But because you thought you were above all of that, which you're not, because if Warren Moon's way better than you, and he went to the CFL, and then he made his way to the NFL to go to the Hall of Fame, you're no better than Warren Moon. You're no better than Joe Theismann. You're no better than Jeff Garcia. So you didn't want to reprove yourself. You just can't be given shit. And that's why the kid outside didn't even get a sniff, because they're not going to do this and then all of a sudden make it a habit. And so now you got people parking themselves outside because, the Dolphins will give us a chance. No, that guy gets shot down and nobody else will do it, because now there's a track record. Yeah, somebody else tried that and the Dolphins didn't even give a shit that the guy was out there. Because that's how it's going to be. The Falcons and the Bucks and the Seahawks and everyone else is not going to give a shit that you're out there. There's a way of going about it. And that kid failed to go about it, and that's why he is not in the league, unfortunately. And maybe he has the talent. Who knows? But you got to go about it the right way.